From Spinner.com, it's Ground Zero. Ground Zero. Zero. Everything in its right place, from Radiohead's Kid A. Ed O'Brien and Colin Greenwood, members of Radiohead, are with us, and Chris Douridas. It's Ground Zero. We're actually in the dining area of the Legacy Lodge in Park City, Utah.
Yeah.
You just started snowboarding 2 days ago?
Yeah, I started falling over 2 days ago. It's good. Bruising and humbling experience.
Now, you guys are here at Sundance, at the Sundance Film Festival, debuting songs from the forthcoming album, Amnesiac. We heard actually 4 songs. The album is now due for a June release, and it's the parallel album to Kid A. That's what you guys have been calling it in the press. Parallel because they came out of the same sessions, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was over an 18-month period of recording, and we didn't want to combine all the recordings because it would be like some, we don't like double albums, and we didn't want to tax the listeners' attention time span. So we started off with one record, and the ones left over we sort of managed to put together. But we're happy with how they've worked together, both records, I think.
So hearing it like that, it sounds like they were almost outtakes that you or leftovers.
No, it's not. It's really, that's one of the main things that we're really trying to get across. It's not outtakes. It's like
we'd go in for a week, every day from 4 o'clock through to 11 or 12, working on the track listings for Kid A, and with all the songs that we'd recorded, desperately trying to put in the songs that are on the next album, and we just couldn't make an order fit. So there's absolutely no sense of these other songs on Amnesiac being leftovers.
It is some of the best songs we've ever. I mean, I think the best song, Pyramid Song, is probably the best song we've recorded.
Everybody seems to feel that there was a real breakthrough there with Pyramid Song. That's a powerful moment for the band.
Mm.
Can you speak to how that song came together?
Yeah, Eddie.
Yeah, that was. And basically, what happened was Tom and Phil. Tom did the vocal and the piano. Phil played the drums at the same time. Did the take. That was great. Then the strings were added, and it was pretty much finished. Then,
The inception of the song was, and we were in Copenhagen, and Tom went around the Museum of Culture, and there was an exhibition of Egyptian underworld and tomb art, of people being ferried across the river of death. I don't know what it's called in Egyptian mythology, and he was, and he was very affected by it, and he went back and sat behind the piano and wrote it, and we had an amazing version of it on DAT, which is really beautiful, and we wanted to work to, but it was on DAT, so we couldn't use it, and then we spent the next year trying to piece it together, basically. 6 months.
That's called Pyramid Song, new work from Radiohead's Amnesiac release. Forthcoming work, due in stores early June. I'm Chris Douridas, Colin Greenwood, and Ed O'Brien of Radiohead are with us. There's a cinematic quality to the things that I've been hearing on the new album. Lush string arrangements, very orchestral sweeps and things like that. The fact that you guys are here at Sundance, and the fact that there is sort of a cinematic approach to the recordings these days.
The whole thing about visualizing, our songs are quite, Tom always says that when he writes a song or writes a lyric or whatever, he's visualizing something. He's got something in his head, a picture or something, and I think that's the case. I found that on OK Computer, and the stuff that's come out, and I mean, it was, things like strings and stuff and orchestra were a bit of a departure for us, and we kind of stayed away from it really, because it can be such a cliched thing to do, especially with bands. It's easy, you know, bands with a guitar, stick some strings on, and you've got this epic kind of, you know, things sound like November Rain by Guns N' Roses. And
in our dreams.
Yeah, right, in our dreams. To be brutally honest, I think that the idea of doing a big budget kind of film would not be up our alley, but something that's really, something that's different, you know, something that's Radiohead in the kind of the film world would obviously be ideal. I know that sounds obvious, but something that's a bit different, and I guess we'll wait until we get a great script that comes along and get people who we trust, who think it's going to be a good idea, and then get involved. And it'd be an interesting discipline for us as well, you know, to also be, you know, the director of any film has the final say of what goes in and what doesn't, and that would be quite interesting. Someone saying, no, you can't put that in there, you can, that's no good there. No one ever does that to us nowadays, so future directors, beware.